All right, we are live, I believe. Leonard, welcome everyone to this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Forex market, and I'm going to be introducing you to a new friend of mine who is a master trader in that market. Those of you that have been following me for a while have seen after the past 16 weeks, I've been very excited about an investment that's producing very well for myself and a lot of clients. So we brought on some clients and have a lot of people interested. So today, this is an educational interview, so you can learn a little bit more about how this thing works. Because when I first heard the word, it was like a different language to me, all this terminology and stuff. And so we brought on the experts, and man, is it working. And before we get into this, I do want to give just a quick disclaimer that this is the market. It's trading, it's investing. And so the past performance and results do not guarantee future performance and results. So always keep that in mind in any type of investment. But I can just share myself personally. We're in week 16 with about a day left. And we've had profits each week. And we've been extremely grateful for that. And we're just hoping that everyone else is enjoying it as much as we are, because it really is a blessing to have your investment go to work for you like that and create passive income. So today isn't like some kind of a sales presentation to get you to do anything. It's just more of an education, so you can learn a little more and get better understanding about how this foreign exchange market works. And we've got the pro here to do it today, Leonard. And there's actually three markets: stock market, crypto market, and then the Forex market. So today we'll be talking about that Forex market. And most of you that have followed me for years know my background has been in multi-level marketing, network marketing for the past 18 years now. So I just wanted to let you know up front, this is not multi-level marketing, which is odd, I know, coming from Mick, but it is not multi-level marketing. It's a traditional investment. Similar to like your Morgan Stanleys and TD Ameritrades, where you have a broker and you invest some money and they trade it and you make a profit. Hopefully it's that type of a deal. So completely different. And it's just a new way to diversify your portfolio. And Leonard is the man. I mean, we're so grateful for him, for his talents and skills, and can't thank you enough. So Leonard, with all that said, I would love to introduce you to my friends and network here, and just have you give a little bit of background on yourself and what is Forex? You know, how did all this happen? I would love for you to share for a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Mick. Thank you for that introduction. How you doing? So I am Leonard Williams Jr. So I love the disclaimer, and that is true, right? Past performance is just not indicative of future results, and that goes with stocks, real estate. It goes with any type of investment that anyone gets involved in. But more importantly, it's always about not how much return you're going to get. And I would just want to add a little bit of a tip. Always use risk capital that you can afford to lose, or risk capital, not that you want to lose, but risk capital that if you happen to lose some of it or most of it, hell, if all of it, it's not going to disrupt or destroy one's financial situation. Okay, so that's very, very important, and as an added tip. So the background. So I'm from California. Los Angeles is my hometown. I lived there for 40 years of my life. Just a little bit of a background. I'm married, going on 24 years of marriage, 9 kids. Yes, 9 kids, right? 3 young kids and 3 grandkids. And I probably doesn't look that old to have grandkids. I know, 50 years old. Right. So, but that's good. I mean, I think the Asian side of me is kind of giving my young looks, but from an educational background, I grew up, went the traditional route. You go to school, get good grades, and you go to college and you get a good career. And that's exactly what I did, right? I went to school, got my 4-year degree, and then eventually got my master's degree as well. My background is finance, and that's what I majored in from University of Redlands in Southern California, is where I went to in business college. And then I went on to work for Fortune 500 companies such as Coca-Cola, Nestle, even the Mars family making chocolate, Snickers, and worked for some really some phenomenal companies and Nestle as well. Worked for Nestle, making ice cream, drumsticks and ice cream sandwiches and the Dryer's ice cream that people love. And I was an operations manager, and I loved it. And climbed the corporate ladder and did some great things. Made a lot of money in the corporate world. And as anyone knows, that those in the corporate world knows that even though you do make a lot of money, and I made great six-figure salary, great bonuses, you're still trading your time for dollars. Now, some of you guys may still be working, and you probably have some type of investments on the side and still trying to figure out how can you maybe make enough to replace your income if you even go on and become an entrepreneur. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted that freedom. I wanted that time freedom, not so much financial freedom as I had investments. I'm a real estate owner as well, a real estate investor, and I have other investments as well. And I got into what they call trading. And I got into trading when one of my, circle of friends and influencers, investors, and that's what he did. He generated cash flow through trading. And we got some friends who does it through direct selling and multi-level marketing, such as yourself, Mick. And we have people that does it in other investments ways, but one of them was trading. And I was really intrigued by that because he made a lot of money, while the other guys were out, building businesses and getting frustrated with building teams. And you got all these leaders with multi-level marketing companies falling and not following suit what they said. And then they got to move that team to another company and so forth to try to find the best product and the best leaders out there. So I didn't do well in the multi-level marketing, but I was really fond about trading. And the reason why is because of the fact that it's probably, to me, what I've understood to probably be the best business in the world. And here's why. Number one, you can get into this business with very low capital to learn how to trade. Stock trading, you will probably have to have a little bit more. Crypto trading, of course, there's some margin requirements you have to have, and it's centralized. So it's pretty difficult to get into that market unless you have some large sum of capital. Foreign exchange trading, also known as Forex for short, is basically a futures contract trading on currencies. Yes, global currencies. We're talking the US dollars, of course, against the British pound, or the Japanese yen against the Swiss francs, or you got the Australian dollar against the you got the euro, right? So these are 8 or 7 biggest global currencies, and there's over 200 currencies in the world, but these are the most heavily traded volume traded in the world. And we're talking, yes, the foreign exchange. When you go to the airport and you take your dollar and you exchange it to the euro, or if you're going to Italy or France, or if you're going to London and you exchange your dollar for the British pound, yes, we're talking about that type of foreign exchange. Yes, and can be traded, and you make a lot of money trading. But is it bigger than stock market? Well, let's say this. It's bigger than the stock market, the US stock market, London, Tokyo, and Japanese stock market exchange put together. We're talking near $6.1 trillion volume of currencies flowing every second, every single day. And that's because we have goods and services from countries to countries, whether it's automobiles or goods and services, exports and imports from country to countries. Those big, large volumes of currencies are moving from central bank to central banks, and it's moving at trillions of dollars per day. And if you can dictate or predict or speculate where you believe one currency will be from a price perspective in the future, whether it's going to be higher or lower, you can make a lot of money. And that is where Forex exchange or Forex trading come into place. It's a lot simpler to understand, but it is very difficult, or I would say it's not easier to become very profitable. There's a lot of people that comes in and try to trade the foreign exchange market thinking it's like the stock market, and believe it or not, it has a 90% failure rate. It does. It's very difficult. As you can see, this chart probably look like hieroglyphics to you, or look like a different language or Chinese, because we're looking at candlesticks and wicks and charts and things like that. But what I can tell you about going back to what to tell you about the foreign exchange market going back, is that the foreign exchange market, or Forex, to me, again, is probably the best business, even though it has a 90% failure rate for those who do try to venture and learn how to trade it on their own. To me, low entry costs in terms of how much you need to trade. You can trade with 500,000 or as much as you want. There's no high limit amount that you need to come in at a minimum 10,000 or 50,000. You can start small or you can go big. You can go as much as you want. The second thing is you get a large leverage. So there's foreign exchange brokers that you have to use that's connected to the liquidity provider in the market. It's decentralized. That's a great thing about this business. It's decentralized, meaning you can trade from anywhere around the world. You don't have to go with a US specific regulated broker to be able to trade in the market just because it's US stocks. You can be anywhere. That's why folks in third world countries and Nicaragua or you got South Africa or South America and folks who are trading Forex because it's a low entry market. You just get with a local legitimate licensed broker that's connected to a liquidity broker, liquidity provider, or central banks to be able to liquidate and be able to provide the volume and the leverage for you. You can trade with just coming in with just $50, to be honest with you. You probably won't make a lot of money, but you can come in and start. So low entry. And then you have leverage. And then the other thing is the market is open basically 24/5, unlike the stock market, where it's 9:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. And then you go to what they call the off market, which is not a lot of volume, but it's still trading, but not as much as it was when the New York stock bell rang at 9:30. Foreign exchange market, it trades 24/7. Why? You got countries, Japan, you got London, Australia, New Zealand, Swiss, France, Europe. They're all trading during those sessions, during those times. So the currencies are still moving 24/5. So you literally get to trade around the clock as money is flowing every single minute. That's a great thing about foreign exchange market. And then more importantly, what I love about the foreign exchange market, it's just between you and the charts. There's no customers, no cold calling, no warm market to scare away and don't have any friends left, NFL, what they call it. There's no cold call in and cold market that you have to go on and try to convince or sell, right? And there's no upfront market that you have to go open up a brick and mortar type of business to sell anything. There's no inventory you have to do. You just got to sit in front of the charts and watch the charts all day. And you'll be making just as much as money as you can, unlimited amount of money. And you can make more money as a doctor and attorney combined.
Yeah.
I love this business. So that's
Wow.
me, and that's the business in a nutshell.
Wow. And it's I think it's everyone's dream is to be able to actually earn profits while you sleep. And this really is an example of that can happen. I
Yes.
think what throws people off, me included, if I look at those screens behind you that just went black, there we go. Those screens terrify me, like trying to
Oh yeah.
learn and figure all that out. And I'm like, this market has fascinated me and interested me before I was introduced to you, but I'm like, I'm not going to tackle that. I'm just not the guy that's going to invest years of my life to get to that. Part of it's my age. And then when I learned about you and this trade copier, I'm like, oh my gosh, sign me up. This is what I've been looking for, but I just didn't know who to trust and who had a track
Right.
record and
Right.
who
Right.
was transparent and showed their results and performance publicly. And then I was introduced to you, Leonard, and I'm like, you were like finding a needle in a haystack, brother.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with that said, so here's Mick that knows nothing about trading.
That's
Here's
right.
Leonard that is a master trader, one of the most sought after in the world.
Yep.
How does your trade copier work where you can take a guy like me with zero experience, but I can benefit from your expertise? How does that work?
That's a very good company. It's a very good question. I mean, so a couple of years ago, I started my company, and I started just to do the educational piece, and I went full time. Right, retired, opened up my company, and we opened up an academy to teach people how to trade Forex. Well, just like you just mentioned, not a lot of people have time to learn how to trade, even though they have the desire and they will wish they can learn how to trade. But not a lot of people have the time to trade, or the dedication or the discipline to trade, let alone, again, time, due to other investments and work and things like that. We're talking about single mothers who busy with, babies and kids, and we're talking about husbands who have two jobs or maybe multiple businesses and investment. They don't have time to sit there in front of a freaking chart all day, even though they know it can make a lot of money. So I found out that, what if I can just utilize my expertise and my trading skills and operate such as a hedge fund, right? To be able to offer my trading skills, but be able to offer it in a way to where it's not, I would say, scamming, where you don't have to send me any funds, where it's really legitimately compliant, to where you keep 100% control of your funds in your own broker account, whatever broker you choose. We support over 150 different brokers. So we introduced this service, and the concept is not new. It's, to your point, you just mentioned it. It's a trade copier service, right? But the way we're doing it is unique. And of course, whoever's trading is special as well, and that's me, right? I'm the trader who's trading the account. So I'm the head trader. I'm the head trainer of my account as well, and I'm also the founder and CEO of my company. I'm probably not the top 10 trader in the world, but I'm damn near probably in the top 100 out of the tens of thousands of traders out there, right? So the way my service will work is for someone who, you don't need to know anything about trading. You don't have to need to know a damn thing. You don't even have to know anything about the software or anything else. All you need to do is just follow a simple step of tutorial after you sign up and register with our service, and we'll walk you and we'll give you a bunch of video tutorial. If not, we'll also, if you're that busy, we'll also offer a white glove service to actually help you and get you connected and set up with our service. And once we set it, let's forget it. And you don't have to worry about anything else but other than open up your phone, because our system is web-based. And it's just basically log into your back office and you see the profits coming through or the trades coming through, right? Wins or losses, but we've been consistently profitable, because I don't want to say there's no losses, because we will have some losses, but we have an 87% win rate, which is phenomenal. And we're catching a lot of pips, which is called percentages in points, which is the tick movement of price as it goes up. And that's the number of pips. The more pips equates to more dollars. And of course, the larger your account size, the bigger your dollar per pip, or your lot size per pip you get. And that will give you more profits. But we're getting a lot of pips. When we're talking, when I say a lot of pips, I say, okay, that's subjective. Well, let me get a little bit objective and get it a little bit more clear for you. We're talking 10,000 pips on average, right? This month, for the month of July, I'm sure we'll probably talk about some performances here. We got 15,000 pips, and we still got one more day to go before we close out the month of July. Now, people are probably hearing this, and those who do understand pips going, 15,000 pips? Is that a year? You said a month. I said that in a month. Exactly, 15,000 pips. Now, what I can tell you is that for someone like Mick, or anyone who doesn't have any experience, you can start with our service with no experience at all. You don't even need to download any software. There's no program to understand or set. It's just basically a set of tutorial. Again, we'll offer white glove service as well. And you basically plug in your funded broker account, whether it's live or demo. Hopefully it's live so you can get some real returns. And then you basically connect to my master account, right? That's how Trade Copier works. It's a master account, a single account, a live account that I'm trading with live money. It's my account that I'm using to facilitate my living and my family. And you get every single trade that I take. And if I enter a trade, you would get that trade. If I get out of a trade, you would get out of that trade. If I make profit, you make a profit. So everything I do basically get mirrored to your exact trading account, no matter what broker you choose. And you will also win when I win. It's basically a win-win situation. And that's exactly how basically a mirror trading or trade copier service works. And the great thing about this is that you don't even need a PC. You basically just need a mobile device and an internet connection. You log into your account and turn it on and set it and forget it and go about your day. Well, you might have to do one more thing. enjoy your withdrawals and your profits. I think that's easy to do.
I love that you have that Telegram chat too for us clients, that we watch your every move and you are so passionate about what you do.
Right.
Don't have to ask you if you are. It just comes out. You exude it. So we're thankful for you, because I would never learn that stuff, man. So that trade
Right.
copier, is it unlimited? How many clients you could have? You could still just make one trade and it goes to all the clients' trades.
It goes to every single client, no matter where they're at around the world.
Wow.
We just had a
Impressive.
client just signed up from Japan, so we're excited. So we're basically, that tells me that we're now expanding into the Asia country. So we have clients right now, and that's a great, that's a very good question. So I'm U.S. based. I'm in South Carolina. That's where I live. And of course, we'll probably set up an office somewhere else eventually as we move, but we're a U.S. based company. And we're servicing our service, we're offering our service around the world. Now, we don't advertise, we don't get out there and do heavy marketing. You don't see a commercial, you won't catch us on YouTube, and you won't catch us on front of our Lamborghini flashing dollar bills or anything like that. This is basically exclusive referral through people like Mick and through other investors that want to share this with their folks. And that's what makes our service a little bit more exclusive and private, because we go by referral. We're looking for good people to share this with good people who are going to do good in the world. Now, the good thing about our service, to your point, is that once you connect to our service, no matter where you're at in the world, whether you're on a cruise or whether you're in Nicaragua or Thailand or Vietnam, you can connect to our service, and I can have unlimited service, and everyone who connected, the minute I take the service, in milliseconds from our technology of our copier management system, gets facilitated immediately in your account, just like that.
Nice, nice, brilliant. Wow. Thank you. I just keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
I know you're learning at the same time, but
yeah.
this is great.
Oh, I'm like a big sponge. This is just so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So one of the big things for Vicky and I, myself, and most of the friends we're sharing this with, is a big one of, what about our capital? Like, do we send it to Leonard and then we can't get it for a year, or how does that part work?
That's correct. That's correct. So like I mentioned earlier, you do keep 100% of your capital. So you don't send me any money. You don't send it to anyone on my team. No representative will ever ask you to send us your money, right? And the good thing is you can select any Forex broker you choose. You can choose a U.S. regulated brokers. You can choose our recommended broker, where we have a really good income stream as well, with our commission that they offer. So that's another good thing that you can also learn through you, Mick, if they're interested in that. And what that does is that, because if we offer that service and the way our business model is set up, you are 100% protected, because you keep 100% control of your funds. You don't give us any of your password. You don't give us any of your account information. You log into our system secured with your password. I can't even get into your back office. Nobody in my representative, no, my admin, we can't see your password. We can't get into your account. We can only see what account name you have, your account balance, your performance is, but we can't come in there. We can't change the settings. We can't do any withdrawals. We can't even manipulate any of your settings. We can only see it. But we can have only one administrative action, and that's disconnect you. That's the only thing we can do, right? So if anything to happen, we can go ahead and disconnect your service if we have to, but that's the only action that we have. We don't have any access to anything. So you control, when you have 100% control of your funds, obviously it's safe, because it's between you and the relationship with the broker you choose. So we don't have any money. You don't have to come to us to deposit, and you don't have to come to us for any withdrawals. You control your withdrawals, and you get your withdrawals directly from your broker. And the way we get paid is through an invoice system for the performance fee, all right? If and only if we make you a profit. So if you generate a profit, then there's a performance management fee for us to be able to facilitate those trades and manage those trades around the clock for you while you sleep, while you eat, spend time with your families, while you're on vacations or working or whatever you do. We'll take care of the trading for you. So it's your broker account and our trades.
That's so important. And I just love that, because I think most people have been involved in something where you had to send your money to a different person.
Yeah.
And then they lost, and unfortunately those things are out there, and this is not that. So
Yeah, a lot of
Love
people get
that part.
scammed. Yeah, a lot of people get scammed. And here's a couple of things. And I tell people this is what you get with our service or any other service, this is more of an advice tip because I've been scammed before as well. Anytime someone reaches out to you, that's a number one red flag, right? Because they're soliciting, right? They're soliciting you for your money, right? That's a red flag. You should have someone that's referring you who's legitimately having proof and they're having success like Mick. So it's a trusted person and he's only reaching out to you because he's sharing this information, not because he wants your money. He wants to help you. He wants to provide a service. He wants to give you an opportunity. That's a red flag. Number two, if you got to send them your money, that's a second red flag, right? And number three, this is a big one. When they have control of your funds and you have to go to them to ask for a withdrawal, that's an issue. Right, and once they have to control of your funds, you're pretty much hosed, right? And they probably allow you to do one withdrawal just to kind of give you a little bit of trust, and then you put more money in, and next thing you know, the website closes, right? Well, if our website closes and I go out of business, the funds are still in your account. You're safe no matter what. So if anything to happen in my business, right, knock on wood, we continue to live and I continue to strive and do well. If anything to happen to my account or my business, your money in your account, it's safe. It's in your control with you and your broker. You can actually continue to trade or go to another trading service and financial service and offer, because your money is always safe. It's not with me. So there's no way in hell that would ever happen or be in a situation to where you would get scammed with my service and I would run off with your money. And that's a good thing. And that's the reason why we set up this service and we set up the model the way we did, because we want to get after those people as well who've been scammed. And we want to help you get your money back legitimately and safely in the foreign exchange market.
Amen. Amen. And it's liquid too. It's not like if I put it into a house like this or something, now it's stuck in this house. It's liquid.
Right.
I can, if something happens, I can go grab some if I need it.
Right.
You know?
That's a great thing about the foreign exchange market, right? So it's money. We're dealing with currency. So it's liquid. Liquidity is instantaneously. If it's stocks and you have to go sell the shares of stocks and you have to wait for the sale to be sold, and then you have to go in and get a withdrawal and make sure you call your broker and make sure the shares were sold and so forth. There's a process. But with us, it's instantaneously, meaning the minute I close my trade, boom, profits is realized immediately in your trading account. Not at the end of the month, not at the end of the week, not even at the end of the day. It's the minute I close the trade at whenever I close, every minute, every hour, every other hour, while you're sleeping, it doesn't matter. It's instantaneously and the profits is realized in your account real time. I love it.
Instantaneous is a real good thing.
Who doesn't want to get paid instantaneously?
Exactly.
But more importantly, who wouldn't like to have the instantaneous pay and also having that instantaneous compounding?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Somebody sent me that compounding calculator. I think it was Brad. And thank you. I didn't sleep that night after looking at that thing.
Oh my God.
No.
That compound calculator will go, you'll start punching numbers and you go crazy.
It's he said it's the eighth wonder of the world.
It is.
Compounding.
It sure is.
So another question that comes up, and I just learned about this from watching another one of these videos, is you have a loss recovery program for your clients. Can you just give a little bit on that, how that works?
Yeah, so because here's the thing, right? So everyone that comes into some type of investment service or trading financial services, the first question is another tip, right? I get into my coaching mode every now and then, right? The first question you should always ask yourself, what's the risk? It should never be how much my return is. And if you're asking that, you guys are not really thinking like a smart investor. The first question is always ask, what's the risk? What's the risk? And then I will get to the returns later, but I want to know what's the risk, right? I can know where I want to put my investments and have my money work for me at the best place, right? And also diversify and balance your risk for those who have multiple streams of income, right? So what I can tell you is that there's two things that we offer. One of them is called a risk equity protection. So in our Copier management system, we have a unique risk equity safety feature. And with this risk equity protection, what it does is that you can set a threshold of your account balance. And if anything was to crazy happen in the market. We know market goes crazy because I don't control it. You control it. No one can control the market, right? So we don't have any control of the market. So there's some things that could happen in the market that can tank or shoot up and go crazy. So those were what we call black swan event, where it just the market just bottom out, like for oil, for instance. And those who saw oil went to zero, right? What happened, right? That's the first time it ever happened in the history of commodity. Oil go to zero? Exactly. That happened earlier this year or last year. Oil went to zero. Now, if something were like to happen and I fell asleep at the wheel or something like that, your account will be protected at the threshold you selected, right? And we also provide some recommendation. You want to put at least 50% of your equity in protection so you don't lose all of your funds. And if you increase your profits, you want to continue to increase your risk equity protection and preserve your capital and preserve your wealth. So the worst case scenario, worst case scenario, the worst, in extreme, and I mean extreme because it rarely happened, you would probably lose half of your funds if something was to drastically happen, which is a lot better than losing all of your funds. And the reason why I say that, because as a manual trader, or for those who understand trading, you're watching this video, you know there's no risk equity protection when you're a trader. You are the risk equity protection. And if you're not watching your charts and you're not putting a stop loss and you're stopping the trade, you will lose all of your account, which we call blown account. But for us, we have a safety feature in our back office that's automated. And it's called a risk equity protection. So if anything was to ever happen, it'll disconnect your account from my master account and then immediately close all your trades instantaneously and basically give you an email notification that your account's been protected. That's awesome.
What a system, man.
Just smart technology, and I love that feature. And I always tell people, make sure you have that enabled. The second thing I wanted to share with you, we have what most financial services have is a high watermark clause, what we call a loss recovery policy. So if anything was to ever happen that you do incur a loss, which could happen, if we do have a loss at the end of the week, then you would continue with our service without even being, invoiced for any performance service fee until you recover that loss from the high profit amount you had just before that loss. So you continue to stay with our service without any performance fee until you recover that loss. And then when you get to profit, that's when you continue on with your the invoice for a performance fee. So those are two beautiful services that we offer with our future that we offer with our service.
So if I understand that right, let's say this week I lost $2,000 and then the next week I made $3,000, I would only pay my service fee on $1,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
You'll be invoiced for the performance for the $1,000 because you're basically recovering the $2,000 you had prior to your loss. So if you had $10,000, you lost $2,000, it went down like this. But the next week you made $3,000. Well, you're only going to be invoiced for that $1,000 because you had $2,000 you had to make up. So that high watermark was right here. So that mark doesn't go down, right? So if it goes down $2,000, we're not going to invoice you for the $3,000. You are here. You happen to lose $2,000. Yeah. And that doesn't matter how long you've been with us. We have clients that've been with us and doubled their account, and they took a loss 1 week. They will still be recovered from that loss, not from the initial balance, but from the balance that they had just prior to the loss.
Nice. So as far as accounts, you guys have a $1,000 minimum that a person can get started with.
$1,000 minimum to start. And we only did that temporarily because our service has been active now for about 6 months. We did a 3 months pre-launch as we were doing some trial and tweaks. We had a beta group that we were testing, and now we've been fully launched for about 6 months. So right now it is $1,000 minimum, right? And that allow you to at least get in, test it if you want to, and you get some pairs. So it's about 6 pairs that you would receive some trades on. And when I mean by pairs, I mean like something like the Euro, USD, Pound, USD. They come in pairs that we trade. You'll be able to at least get 6 pairs. But you're not going to make a lot of money. It's just something you're looking to get $1,000. You maybe want to test it, or that's all you have. That's fine. But $1,000 is minimum. Now, each $1,000 increments, you'll be able to unlock some more pairs or enable some more trading pairs so that you can get some more trade opportunities and more profit opportunities. When you get to the $5,000 mark, that is the sweet spot minimum where you'll be able to unlock or enable all the markets and all the pairs that we trade, and anything higher than that.
Okay.
So what are all the trades in the market that we trade? Well, we trade about 27 different trading pairs: euro, pound, yen, you name it, 27 trading pairs. And then we trade about 3 exotic pairs. And exotic pairs are rare, they're not heavily traded, but they make a lot of money when they do move. And we trade the South African ZAR, the Mexican pesos, and the Swedish krona. And then we have commodities, oil, we trade oil, we trade gold, of course, and we trade indices, the index, stock index, like the S&P 500 and the German 30, or also known as DAX.
Okay. Interesting. So 5,000 a person is in all trades.
That's correct. They'll be able
Okay.
to they'll be able to receive trades on all the opportunities of the markets and instruments that we trade.
Okay. Excellent. And I know right now when I became a client, it was $99, best 99 I've ever spent. But that is actually a promo until through July 31st, and then it goes to $199 on August 1st.
$199. So $99
Okay.
one-time fee. That's just a $199. Just a $99 one-time registration fee that pays the admins and setup fee. And then there's a $20 fixed fee. There's a $20 hosting fixed fee, and what that is that it connects your broker account to be able to host on our server without you needing a separate computer or a separate computer in the cloud, also known as a VPS, so a virtual private server. So that $20 is with us. You don't need to get another program or try to set something up that's going to cost you $30 or $40. You don't need a program. You just pay $20. That's the only monthly fixed fee you have with us. That's not going up. But the $199 or the $99 will be going up in terms of the one-time registration fee. That would be going up to $199. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. So for those of you that have been watching and going, I'm thinking about it, but there's your cue to maybe just go ahead and participate and watch it for a bit. You can even do a demo account like with Monopoly Fake Money and just watch what it does and then go, okay, it's working. I'm going to fund this thing. So I would highly encourage at least do that. And one of the many things I love about all of this is the transparency. And I noticed just this week that when I send someone to my Prosperity website, about midway down in the page, there's the FX book that is your performance for the whole world to see anywhere on the internet.
That's correct.
Can you, would you have time to just real quick, just show it and then go, okay, look at this, look at that, look at this.
You want me to share my screen?
Like nothing, sure, if you could, and nothing like, you don't have to get all into it, but I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Sure, let me go ahead and enable my screen and I'll be able to share with you real quick.
Okay. I was like, wow. I mean, it's undisputed, the type of performance that is happening here. And anybody in the world can go access it. It's not hidden.
Okay. Let me know when you're able to enable it, and I'll share my screen.
Oh, I have to multiple participants. Did that do it?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know.
So this is called My FX Book. There it is. You're up.
Yep. Okay.
I see join live Zoom. Here we go. Yeah, this was interesting.
So you can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so when you go to my website, of course, you go to trade account management. So basically, when they click on your link, they'll be taken to this informational page on our website. And then as you scroll down, obviously, there's a little promo video that kind of explains some of our services, everything I just talked about earlier, and it kind of give you a little bit of picture of our a background of the Copier management system software that you actually get access to. And this is the information that you're talking about. This is a third-party data called My FX Book. and it's a reputable third party, independent of me or anybody who wants to display publicly their performance data. And you can basically just click on that link and it just takes you directly to that page, right? And you're going to see some phenomenal numbers here, guys. Remember, past performances is not indicative of future results. So bear with me here. And you can see the sharp incline there, which is the growth of their accounts. And these are the profits every single day as they continue to grow their account. And this particular account, we actually started this one a couple months ago just to kind of get a fresh start when we started at late May. We had other accounts, but this is the first account we wanted to get started here. This is already at 69.87% return, drawdown at 18.9 as the peak. And as you can see, this is the peak of a drawdown we had at mid-May or somewhere near the end of May. But we've been averaging below the 10% drawdown in equity, which is phenomenal from a performance standpoint. But anyone can come here and see this is a live account. You'll be able to go to general and you can see this is a real account. And you guys can click around here. You can see the performance. You can see the drawdown, profits, balance, and you can see the growth. And you can see the amount of pips that we're getting, right? 49,000 here for I think it's the total number of pips here so far. How we're doing for the day, how we're doing for the week, for the month, 26% for the month of July. And then you can come here and see the actual trades if you want. You can see a summary. You can see the accuracy here. 85% long trade means this buy trades and 86% short trades or sell trades. And if you combine that two, we're about 85.5% win accuracy in terms of win.
Nice.
This is freaking phenomenal.
Nice.
That profit factor, anything greater than 1 is good. Anything closer to 5 is even better. We're talking between 1 to 5 right here. 4.67. Whoever traded in this account is freaking awesome. And you can come down here, you can see the month performances, how we done since we traded this account. 26%. Last month was 18.2% in the month of June. This was 3 weeks of data in the month of May. Even that on that account when we switched over was 13.85% return. So you can see the data. This is all real time. And you actually get this in your back office as well when you sign up. You actually get a MyFXBook type of performance data that you actually see in your back office. You don't have to subscribe to a MyFXBook, but you can actually see it on your phone. When you want to connect to your phone, you can see the performance data. And
excellent.
That's real data. If people want to see our performances and want to see what type of performance they're getting, they can actually click on that and they can get real-time data that cannot be manipulated. I can't kind of go in and change it to make it look better than what it really is. It's connected to the account and it's real-time data that it's realized on the third party independent from the trader, which is really good.
I really found that helpful. I mean, it's documentation beats conversation. You can say whatever, but let me see it. And there's another example. So appreciate that that's on there. And, you know, we're almost done with July. I think we have just tomorrow left trading. And personally, Vicky and I, our account returns in July so far at 99.50. So if we can get 50 more, we're going to hit 10K. For the month in returns. I'm just like, I don't know. It's hard to just grasp, you know, but it's happening. I'm seeing it every day. So thank you again for that, man. And I'm just out of curiosity, you know, I'm a little guy just getting started, but with your entire client base, like for instance, last week, what kind of profits as a whole client base did your clients make? Just curious, like a ballpark.
All the clients combined together?
Together for last week, was it?
Oh, I think we made $140,000 in total profits. Now, just in case, you know, we might have some big, you know, credit investors here, which is great. So just to kind of talk about some volume, right? My company is trading close to $4 million in the volume. We have clients all over the world. Again, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, as I mentioned earlier, Europe, Malta, Mediterranean, Cyprus, England, Germany, and India. So we have clients all over the world. I got clients and reference from referrals from all over the world. So we're about $4 million at just only 6 months. Now we'll probably double that within the next 6 months, which is great. And we're ready for it. We're expanding, we're growing our team, and as we continue to grow and facilitate and help other people. So that's great. So that's about how much we're making, and we're going to continue to make that. From a percentage standpoint, we're generating that 25% of that, that $3-4 million. That's basically what we're getting every single week, and that's going to continue to grow. Now,
Nice.
the most important thing a lot of people's got to understand, this is real trading, folks. This is someone who's looking at a live chart, trading their own personal account, making real life decisions here on when to click that button, when to enter the trade, when to exit a trade, when to close a trade, where to put the stop loss, take profit, that I do for you, that you don't have to worry about. This is not some automated bot that you don't know what this thing is doing while you're sleeping, and you wake up and this bot just keeps trading, because that's what a bot does. This is not that type of deal. This is real trading with a professional trader who's looking at the chart, who's making real life decisions here, and adapting with the market, adjusting with the market, reading the market, following the market, looking at technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, and sentimental analysis to make a prediction and a decision on a chart that has your money and interest, because his money is tied into the damn thing as well.
I love that. I mean, you win, we win.
That's right.
And you want to win.
That's right, and you better believe it.
Come on.
I'm challenged, and this is not some trader behind the cloud here. I have a really good, powerful system. I got backup computers, I got VPSs, I got everything. And my partner, Chid, he's also a backup trader for anything were to happen to me, an emergency, or if I'm on vacations or traveling. He also can able to trade as well, because he's one of my coaching students as well. So he knows the trading strategy. So him and I, we both trade this chart, and that's how we're able to facilitate and manage the trade and continue to operate 24/7 while I walk away from the charts or whatnot. And that's why we're able to continue to do that. And that's why I trade, right? This is not some unknown trader behind the closed doors. I'm upfront. I'm very transparent. I'm in the private chat group. I'm communicating, celebrating, recognizing, acknowledging. I'm easily accessible, open book. I'm very transparent and full of integrity, and that's what I'm all about.
We appreciate that so much, Leonard. And that was actually my last question you answered. I'm like, what, God forbid, something happens to Leonard?
Yep.
Because you're the man doing the buttons, man.
Right.
And so we're grateful for Chid too. And I just want to let you know that at our house, when we sit down for dinner at night, we pray for Leonard. So
I appreciate that so much.
Because we truly, truly appreciate you, man. Pray for your health and in your mind to stay right where they need to be. Oh my God.
It must have been all those prayers, because I've been feeling good.
Good. We'll keep them coming then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, as we wrap this up, I just wanted to thank you and say, anybody that watched, I hope you found this valuable and you gained a little more knowledge than you knew before you hopped on here about the Forex market. And we're in good hands with Leonard and his team. He's got a great team surrounding him, and Chid. So, hey, reach out to whoever shared this video with you, and they can help you get started and start enjoying your own profits and learning more about this. And yeah, we'll be doing more of these, and the support's been tremendous. We appreciate it, Leonard. Thanks for your time.
And
really appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you for this opportunity for all of those that are watching this recording. Hey, I'm looking forward to meet you. I will be in the chat group. I'll be in and out, and more than happy to support you and grow your money legitimately and compliantly. So get with Mick. Let's get started. Let's get you going. And I'm excited. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Amen. God bless, Leonard.
You got it.